Tomorrow, Americans across the nation will gather virtually to pray for our country as the 16th annual National Catholic Prayer Breakfast takes place online amid restrictions related to the COVID-19 pandemic. Joining me now on Skype with a preview of tomorrow's event is Maureen Ferguson, a member of the National Catholic Prayer Breakfast Board of Directors and Senior Fellow for the Catholic Association. Maureen, welcome back. Great to see you. This year's National Catholic Prayer Breakfast will take on a different form, but its mission does remain steadfast. Why was it so important to make sure it took place?
Well, the National Catholic Prayer Breakfast has been scheduled for 16 years and normally in the spring. But this year, of course, we had to postpone due to the pandemic. And we were trying to figure out what to do about that. But we figured it's more important than ever to gather in prayer. So we decided to do at least this, to gather virtually. And we're so pleased that EWTN is going to be airing this online. People can also register to watch the live stream. But we felt it was incredibly important to gather together in prayer because we are living in such tumultuous times. So many things are quite unsettling, and it couldn't be a more important time for us to gather in prayer. And, you know, I always think of St. Therese, how she talks about the importance of wasting time in prayer and how that's a fruitful waste of time. So we hope your viewers will join us tomorrow to have some fruitful waste of time together.
Mm-hmm. Maureen, we know this event was established in 2004 in response to St. John Paul II's call for a new evangelization. How do you think that call resonates amid the many challenges that we're facing right now?
Well, the program is really designed to address exactly that. And that was the whole purpose of the founding of the prayer breakfast 16 years ago, was in response to the Pope's call for the new evangelization. So we're going to kick off our prayer breakfast tomorrow with by joining together to say the Chaplet of Divine Mercy, that beautiful prayer, which of course, we're always in need of God's mercy, but it feels particularly timely to be asking for God's mercy on our country at this time during the pandemic, of course, and just the various tumultuous things going on in the country. So we felt it was more important than ever to gather in prayer. And after that, we always invite civil leaders to speak and spiritual leaders. So we have a fantastic program, and we really hope people can tune in.
Yeah, I know there's a lot of exciting speakers, including the president, who's going to deliver virtual remarks. What are you looking forward to hearing from him?
Well, it's going to be fascinating to see those remarks. We always invite the sitting president, so long as the president is not in opposition to the foundational church teachings on protection of the unborn and religious liberty. So we're really looking forward to hearing from the president. I don't know what he's going to say. I imagine he'll talk about his accomplishments in the areas of protection of the unborn, religious liberty, perhaps even an issue that's becoming more and more important to Catholics, and as a mother, particularly important to me, the right of parents to educate their children. There's been a lot of emphasis on the school choice issue, so perhaps he'll touch upon that, but we'll have to wait and see.
Maureen, we don't have a lot of time left, but wondering if you can share with us some other highlights for tomorrow. I know that Attorney General Barr is also receiving an award.
That's right. We decided to give this award to Attorney General Barr last year, actually, after he gave that incredibly powerful and courageous speech at Notre Dame. If any of your viewers haven't seen or watched that speech, it's really worth tuning in. He really hit the nail on the head in terms of diagnosing the problems of moral relativism and the very destructive effect they have on people's lives. It was a really beautiful speech. He also talked about the right of parents to educate their children and bring them up in the faith in this very toxic culture, which is becoming more and more antagonistic to those values that we're trying to instill in our children. And also we're going to hear the keynote address. The keynote address is Bishop Barron. And Bishop Barron, of course, is he's just a master of the new evangelization. I'm really looking forward to his remarks. And I think he just has such a beautiful way of reaching people in the new evangelization in a culture that has become so illiterate on things of faith. He just somehow, in the beauty of the way he communicates, is able to reach people. So we're really looking forward to Bishop Barron's keynote address.
Maureen, thank you so much for coming on. We can't wait for the breakfast tomorrow. We really appreciate the time with you today. Maureen Ferguson, Senior Fellow for the Catholic Association and a member of the National Catholic Prayer Breakfast Board of Directors. Thanks again.
Thanks for having me.